Hey, what's up, guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends action figure review on the Marvel Celebrating 85 Years series Skaar Son of Hulk Deluxe figure. This is not the first Skaar figure that Hasbro has made for Marvel Legends. There's another one. Do you see it? Do you see it in the dork room? No, you don't see it in the dork room. It was not worthy. I've had that figure for years, basically saving it in a bin to compare to a new Skaar Son of Hulk, and finally this is here, and we'll see if this one is worthy or not. Chances are it probably is going to be. But anyway, you can see the packaging looks really good. It says Skaar Son of Hulk, and you get the Marvel Celebrating 85 Years logo right over there, and then on the side you get the same logo right there. Nice artwork on the back of the packaging as well as on the side of the packaging, and then get that Marvel 85 Years logo up there. Not much more at the bottom. So let's get to it and crack this thing open, and if you're trying to get your Marvel Legends, you can do so.
Big! Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
And here is Skaar out of the packaging, and already looking so much improved compared to the last version. We'll get into comparisons later on in the video, but this figure so far has been very fun. There are things about it that I wish were done just a little bit differently. I mean, you can obviously see some pinned joints right there, which isn't my biggest of complaints with this particular piece, but overall, very cool. But some things I'd like to see done differently. We'll get into all of that in just a minute, but first, let's get a closer look at the accessories, then we'll get a closer look at the figure. So I feel like we get the perfect number of accessories with this figure. You get 2 head sculpts, 2 sets of hands, 2 weapons over here. You get the fist hands, you get the weapon holding hands that have the horizontal hinges. This one has a horizontal hinge, this one has the vertical hinge. Sorry, then these have the 2 vertical hinges. I say vertical because when you see the turnarounds, their hands are facing up. So up and down, vertical, moving like that, horizontal, based off of turnaround images. Anyway, looking at the weapons, I think they look very cool. I do like this sword. I am not the biggest fan of the paint, though. That is my probably biggest gripe with the figure overall. That's pretty much going to be my reoccurring complaint throughout with this figure, is the lack of paint. Now, the sculpt looks really good. I do like that. We do get some nice paint right over here on the handle. The wrap looks really nice. It has these little sections right here sculpted in there, but when you compare it to the old school version, which is not a better Skaar, spoiler alert, but looks way cooler. I mean, minus the paint rub off there and everything. But yeah, look at that. That metallic paint looks way better. Now, of course, the sculpt on this one, it's a much bigger sword, looks cooler in my opinion. And you don't have this stupid crap with the side holster knife not being removable. Look at that. I still have that stupid rubber band attached to it. Oh, just came apart now. During the review. Oh, that stayed on there for so long. Anyway, that held together with just a little tab right there and that rubber band. But yeah, I had that rubber band on there the entire time until just that moment ago. Anyway, looking at the knife that you do get with the new Skaar figure, and I'm happy that happened actually on screen during this review. That's why I've held on to that figure pretty much, because I don't like it. But anyway, knife looks pretty good. Fairly soft enough, you know, and the hands look pretty good with some nice detail. I don't like the paint right over here, because it's like, it looks like it's made out of ceramic more than metal. Like, what's that supposed to protect? Anyway, looking at the back of the hands, you know, the sculpt looks nice. I just wish they had a little bit more paint. I don't mind that the fingernails aren't painted. Still pretty good. So I really love both of these head sculpts. I think it's great that we have the teeth showing over here, nice green eyes. I love how the hair is wafting off to the side. So this is a great action pose head sculpt. I think it looks really good. I'm so happy that they've included 2 heads with this figure. I actually really like that they've been doing that more often lately all together. It's just really awesome to see. And yeah, this head sculpt looks okay. I feel like the teeth stick out a little far, but other than that, I think it looks pretty dope. I do like it. The lips have a different shade of green to them and everything, so that's really cool. Then you get your Glenn Danzig head sculpt right here, which looks awesome as well. Really like this one too. So I may have this one on the shelf. I don't know which one to go with. They both look great. But yeah, I like how the hair is all covering his eyes and everything. You can see the eye color right there when you move those out of the way. So he does have a pupil and sclera and all that in there. It's not just completely whited out, but yeah, you can see him looking up. Mouth paint looks really good. No color variation with the black hair, which is okay with me. It's jet black hair. Now, as far as the rest of the figure goes, I do wish that we did have more paint added to it. It could have used a little bit thicker paint for those tattoos, but some nice shading throughout would have been really cool to see. I would have liked to have seen that. Did get some serious chewing on the inside of this arm I wanted to point out. That does bug me, so I wish that didn't happen. Comparing it to the old school version, you could see even though this color is terrible, or the colors are terrible, you can see it does have some shading going throughout. And not that I would have wanted it to look like this, but having some kind of shading throughout would have been nice because it kind of looks a little bland. Also, the color choices for these bands and these hands right over here, everything that's just a flat, dull gray looks lame to me. I wish that they added silver to those. Even this piece right over here, again, it looks like it's made out of ceramic. If this was real life, that would be brittle stuff. Adding some color variation to the furry parts would have been nice as well. I do like the leathery texturing on the strap right here. That is pretty damn cool. And again, see like the legs right here, they're very bare and everything, so I wish we had a little bit more paint going on. You do have the pins showing. For this particular figure, it doesn't bug me so much. It's the same color on both sides, so I do prefer pinless, but this is not, I don't think it takes anything away from the figure, to be honest with you. And then right here, I wish we had more paint. So yeah, I could see some brown variation between the cuff and the rest of the boot over here, but still, I wish we had more paint. I'm going to say that over and over. Wish we had more paint. But I love the sculpt. So that's the theme of the video. Oh, and I almost forgot to show off the back right here. I do like the sheath for this knife, and it does fit in there very, very well. So I'm very happy about that. That is cool. So I did play a little bit of Parts Detective, and the only thing that I think was really reused on this figure from the Caliban figure is probably the lower abs here and the legs up until we get to the boots. But I could even be wrong. We'll do comparisons more in a minute. But anyway, you do have a ball joint with the hinge for the head articulation. This head's not going to let you look up too much. This head's going to let you have him move up all the way that far, which is great. And you can move the head downward, get side-to-side motion, a little bit of rocking side-to-side, not much. You have butterfly joints that are better than the 80 years Hulk mold, but still don't move forward that much. You know, I wish these butterfly joints could move forward a lot more than they actually do, and you can see it only moves far that much. So when you move it back, I feel like there's more range of movement to be had right there, and it just stops. So that bums me out. Again, we get the chewing underneath that arm. You can move the arms all the way down, which you cannot do with this figure at all. Ugh, damn it, and the little knife thing. Anyway, you can rotate full 360 right here, bump it into the knife. You got a bicep swivel. You get that one pinless single jointed elbow, and then the wrist turns side to side to hinge up and down, except for that one right hand. You get the U-joint crunching forward, crunches back, waist cut right there. This piece will get in the way a little bit, but you know, you can shift it around and it's manageable. It didn't really stop me from doing what I wanted to do with the figure. We can move the legs outward that much, and you can get them to kick forward, back a little bit, upper thigh cut. I've heard people mention that there's gummy joints here at the knees. It's fairly warm outside. It's not cold at all, but fairly warm temperature, and they're not that gummy. I mean, you can see that they're wiggling a little bit, but not enough for it to ruin the figure for me at all, or, you know, really make a bigger deal out of it than the lack of paint. Anyway, you get boot rotation, and you get ankles that move down. They do move up, and he has beautiful ankle pivot. And to measure out this figure, you can see that it is standing at about 8.5 inches tall. And then for a size comparison, you can see we have Skaar next to the Caliban Build-A-Figure. Yes, there's construction next door. Sorry about the noise. But anyway, you can see that the legs are the same here. It does look like their abs are very, very similar, if not the same. I think they are the same abs, but the upper torso is definitely different on these two. We have the butterfly joints, you don't have that there. Oh, and the arms are different as well. At first I thought the arms were the same, but no, these are different arms too. Then here's Skaar, son of Hulk, next to the Hulk, and here we have She-Hulk, cousin of Hulk. Oh my god, and then here's Skaar next to Skaar, and holy crap, what a huge difference between these figures. I don't know what people are thinking when they say that Hasbro doesn't try or they haven't improved and things like that. Now, of course, I still wish we had more paint on this figure, but when I look at this, and then I see that right there, How are they not trying? How are they not trying to be better? I don't know. And look at the amount of paint, like I complained, you know, so let's get back to my complaining. The tattoos are a bit thicker on this figure, which is a lot smaller than this figure right over here. So that just kind of goes to show that they could have given us more paint for those tattoos. Oh yeah, and there's your obligatory head swap, so that looks terrible. Then here's Skaar next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. No stop motion today. I want to get the hell out of this garage. I could barely even get the words out, and nevertheless think up a stop motion right now. And aside from the banging in the background, I hope you guys still enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to leave a like, and if you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Or if you're old here, hit that subscribe button. Sometimes you guys watch for a while and you don't hit subscribe, so I'd appreciate it if you would, if you want to. This figure is cool. I'm happy to finally have a Skaar worthy for the shelf, you know. I've been wanting a new Skaar figure for a long time. That and Doc Samson are a couple of the figures from that Fin Fang Foom wave that, oh god, were just so bad. And I can't wait to get a new Doc Samson as well as a new Mandarin. I'm just going down my list of, you know, figures I want redone by Hasbro. But anyway, this is a lot of fun. Again, my complaints are mostly with the paint apps. I just think we could have gotten more paint apps with this figure. At the very least, the gray sections getting painted silver would have been really nice to see. And then, of course, some shadowing effect throughout on the body. But other than that, I still like it. Still a bit pricey at 40 bucks, man. So it's kind of a lot, but I want the figure, what can I tell you? And I'm happy to have it. And at that price point, I'm giving it a SUD rating of...
It's not too bad.
And I'd like to know what you guys think, so please let me know in the comments section below. If you want to see the latest in Marvel news, you can find it all over at marvelousnews.com. And if you want to stay in touch with me, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and Ricari. And I will catch you guys later. Peace.
That's crispy.
Oh yeah, and there's your obligatory hair... Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't. Your face.